I put the stuff in the wrong spot.
What'd you do?
The chat is on the wrong side. So the chat needs to go over here. And this is the follow alerts. This needs to go over here. And highlight both. Yes. There we go. I must have them stuff how they normally are. Okay, there we go. I saw Nitro post there. Hello, Nitro. How you doing? I had the everything in the wrong spot. I just set up the scene for this. If the sound is quiet, it's because you can only hear it in the background right now. I turned it off because it's excessively loud. So. Yes, it was in fact on PS2. Yep, there is a collection on PS3, and that will be the one that we are playing for the extent of this playthrough. But yeah, I think it's excessively loud just on this screen. I don't think it's excessively loud on the actual game. I think it turns it down a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go turn it on so I can see what the audio levels are like before we get started. Hold on. See, now in the background I have to turn it down quite a bit because it's really, really loud on this screen only. But I turned it down. It's down by like, I want to say like 20, 23, 25 decibels, something like that. I don't know. It's like way quieter than I normally take it, and it's still pretty loud, so you can hear it pretty good. Okay, that's good. As long as my voice and the game's sound are balanced out equally, it should be okay. As long as you can still hear me over the game, it should be good. So, and hey, Conker, it's going pretty good. How's it going for you? Hope everybody had a good holiday. I've been running around like a chicken with my head chopped off even up until today, and I will continue to do so for the next several weeks because of school stuff. But yeah, otherwise it's been pretty good. How's everything going for everybody? We'll be getting started in like 2 minutes, we'll say. 2.5 minutes. 4:34, roughly. Voice sounds different. I don't think I'm sick. I might be getting sick. Around the holiday season, everybody gets sick, so I just sound more nasally, because it might just be the it might just be winter sinuses. I get like winter sinus congestion, so I have to keep like spraying saline spray up my nose every morning to keep all that crap out. So that may be affecting my voice. It may make my voice more nasally than it usually is. So okay, I think... Yeah, I'll wait a second before I go get the controller. Holidays were good. Brother and sister-in-law got you and your sister Sword and Shield, respectively. They haven't played it yet. How about you? That's good, Conker. That's good. I've played some of Sword and Shield, and I thought they were alright. I have my own misgivings about some of the things in them, but I don't want to ruin your experience by saying that they were only okay. So, I say play them, judge it for yourself, figure it all out, but I still think they're worth a play. I didn't think it was anything particularly groundbreaking, I guess. But yeah, our holidays went pretty good. Like I said, I was busy as hell the whole time, but that's generally a normal thing for the holiday season, so, you know, You got a pretty good pocket knife. Nice. Nice. I can't say I have any experience with pocket knives myself. I don't know what would be good or bad. I do know that in real life, I get a little squeamish around knives, but it's not like a phobia, because I only get squeamish around knives if they're not in my own hand, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody else is brandishing a knife, I'll give them some space so that they can brandish the knife and do whatever they gotta do. Like, if they're cooking and they have a chef's knife, I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna back up. If it's in my own hand, it's fine. If it's not as fine. The only thing that was bad was your Steam account randomly getting deleted. That's not good. Hope you got all the games and stuff that you had back. That would suck if you had to get all that stuff again. But you made a new one, so it's all good. Okay, well that at least is good. And again, hopefully you got all the games and everything back. 'Cause that would suck if you didn't. Okay, it's going on 4:35 now, so let me go grab the controller and we'll get started. I must be in an insomniac mode lately or something. Like, we just did the Spyro Reignited trilogy not too long ago, and here I am going to this now. I mean, it's a logical next step, but this one probably won't look as polished as the Reignited trilogy did. Should still be a lot of fun, though, because I have very fond memories of this series from my childhood, and I'm sure they will all come back to me as we play through this. How you doing, everybody? My name is Monochromium, and this is another side project that I'll be starting. We'll be doing the entire Ratchet & Clank collection, along with Ratchet Deadlocked on the PS3. And today, I'd like to wait until it stops the intro before I say it, but I don't know if I'm going to get the chance. I don't know how long this intro goes for. I think it goes for a little bit. But today we're going to be starting our playthrough of the collection by playing the first game in the series, the game that started it all, Ratchet & Clank for the PS2. And as you can see here, there's lots of stuff to do in the game. I think there's a couple of different intros, if I recall correctly, for this, but it'll be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a platformer that I played in my childhood. I think I have a little bit fonder memories of this series as a kid than I did of the Spyro collection, because for the Spyro games, I didn't even play the first or third game in the series, but I did play this series. Did I play it from the beginning? I think I played it from the second. We got a demo disc where the second game was on it. And we really liked the demo of the second game, so we got the first game, and then we got the second game after we were done playing the first game. And then we, of course, got the third game, and the rest is pretty much history. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it quite a bit, and hopefully we'll get to share the experience together as we go through the series right now. So I'll wait for this intro to be done. Shouldn't be too much longer. And then we'll get going on all the craziness that goes on in this universe, so. Alright, here we go. I probably still have an old game file on here somewhere, but I don't know if I have, probably turn that down just a little bit. Maybe turn that down just a little bit, and there we go. And language is fine. I don't know if, I would assume there's subtitles, but we might not be able to turn them on until later. We'll see. Either way, let's start a new game. And I do not have a file on this PS3. Okay, that's fine. Let's make a new one then. Start fresh. There we go. In the Kazil Plateau on Planet Velden, 11:13 a.m. local time. And the cutscenes are all 4:3. There's, well, these cutscenes anyway are all 4:3. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But, nah, well.
Final steps. Attach robotic ignition systems. Thank you for using help desk technology.
Might need to turn that up, actually. We're missing a robotic ignition system, though. Meanwhile, in a factory on a nearby planet, well, the guy there is missing a robotic ignition system. Meanwhile, in the robotic ignition system factory, I would assume. Was there a glitch in the system? Because that doesn't look up to specifications. Hello there. I was gonna say, are you spying on me? Your eyeballs seem to have made a picture sound effect. Maybe not. Oh boy. Hello, big brother. Goodbye, big brother. He's lucky there was a slide and a ship just kind of hanging out right there. That would have otherwise been a little bit of a problem to get away. Although he's being chased now, so that's just great. Approaching Planet Veldin, 11:47 a.m. local time. He's also lucky that the ship is up to specifications so that he could drive it. You know what I mean? Like, normally I would think it'd be hard for him because he'd have a problem reaching the ignition system, but apparently he did all right until he took a direct hit. Well, that's probably not good. We should go investigate, my furry friend. And that's pretty much all you need to know. Oh god, inverted controls, please no. Hold on, let me fix this. Help desk, save, load, sound, camera, yes please. Rotation speed fast, and left and right was reversed. I wonder if up and down is reversed. Subtitles, please turn those on. And let me see.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk. We're here to offer
that's
you
also
advice during your
inverted.
interplanetary travels. The Help Desk is a free service provided by Gadgetron Corporation.
Nice. So we'll get a little bit of aid as we're going here from the help desk. I could turn that off if I wanted to, but yeah, it's all right. It can stay. I'm sure it'll have something interesting to say as we go along here. Okay, I got to get used to the PS3 controller again because I haven't held this damn thing since probably since we played Asura's Wrath. I think. I don't think I've played PS3 since then. Yeah, we can get a little idea of what's going on with this guy here. He appears to have a mechanic shop with some rando in a spandex suit on his wall. Must be an idol or something. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out later. Meanwhile, let's break up the local wildlife and go from there. I missed some chat, so let me look at that before I get going here. And listen to Veldin's incredible music. Don't even know how it got deleted, just went into Steam and it was gone. Don't recall doing anything wrong on it, though. Yeah, that's a little weird. Contact support. Yeah, you contact support. Hopefully new account is temporary. Feel the game. Same about other people driving, except you can't just, like, get away at that point. Yeah, that would be a little bit difficult, yeah. You could barrel roll out of the car, but that would probably not help very much. Some interesting animations in this game. Do you know the secret interesting animation, Nitro? Because I will lampshade it at one point. There is, in fact, a secret interesting animation in this game, but we'll get to that eventually. Yes, how convenient. Debating on whether or not you should spend your Christmas money on Iceborne and Hollow Knight for PC and extended storage for PS4 or other games on Switch. That is an interesting question, Conker. I think it's really just going to depend on, you know, which ones you find the most priority out of. Have you been playing your Switch a lot lately, to the point where you feel like you could, you know, play a couple more games on there, or what? Like, yeah, it's just dependent really on, you know, what you feel like playing in the moment, I guess. I haven't played Iceborne or Hollow Knight, so I can't really tell you one way or the other about those. I've heard they were both very good, though, so that's a positive. Other games for the Switch would probably also be a good thing. Ah, okay.
Disable help desk messages. Please select options from the pause menu.
Well, we will do that if I need to. I don't think I'm going to need to, though. I think if I remember right, the help desk messages are fairly helpful for people who've never played the game before. I might disable them for the later games in the series, because at that point it's like, you don't really need them by the time we get to the second game, because there aren't that many changes in the mechanical things going on. For right now, by the way, we don't just have his wrench to work with. We also have other weapons that we can work with, but we'll get to those in a minute. So.
Gadgetron's OmniWrench 8000 includes a new Comet Strike feature. To activate it, use the R1 button to crouch, and then press the square button.
Just like that. You can hit enemies from afar, you can hit boxes from afar, you can actually draw in bolts with it too, like if I go like this. Yeah, see, there you go, you draw in a few bolts. His bolt grabbing range in this game isn't the best. It gets a little bit better in the sequels, but for now,
Whenever you sustain injury, let Gadgetron's patented nanotech system rebuild your body from the inside out.
and this is your health basically. But if you don't need the nanotech, you can just leave it there. It will stay there even if you have broken the box a while ago. So if you ever do get hit, you can come back and grab it. So. It's almost like the fodder enemies that Sparks eats from the Spyro games, which makes sense considering it's the same developer, so. I don't know why I'm talking like nobody's played Ratchet & Clank before. It's like, I mean, even if you haven't played Ratchet & Clank before, you've watched me play Spyro, so I probably don't need to go in depth about the mechanical functions of this game, but, you know. I suppose you never really know. Okay, now this guy's going to require a little bit more fine-tuned thinking. We do have 10 bombs that we can use, so let's just do one of those. There we go. So yeah, we start with the bomb glove, and it's actually our primary weapon. The wrench isn't our primary weapon. These weapons are the ones that will do more damage, because where the wrench does maybe 1 damage to an enemy, the bomb glove does, I think, like 3. So it's pretty good damage for enemies like these guys. What you'll notice as you go through the planets here is that... There you go, so now they're going to tell us to use it. What you'll notice as we go through the planets here is that there are small enemies and large enemies in each world. And there's some variations in between, but the small enemies of this world are those little frog guys, and the large enemies are the robot guys with the shock blasters, so... Yeah. Usually, you can use your wrench pretty effectively to handle the small enemies. The larger enemies require a little bit more firepower to defeat. So, yeah. So just like that. It's pretty easy. Nothing too complex. And the bomb glove has a little bit of aim assist on itself as well, so it's sort of the little targeting reticle there will sort of lock on to enemies as you hover your cursor towards them, so it's kind of convenient. Helps a little bit. We're doing pretty good on bolts so far. I think we needed about 1,500 to get the next thing. You can purchase things with bolts. They're the currency of the game, so I'd like to have gotten the 1,500, and I think we did, so. Don't think you remember the secret animation, you just remember glitching everything. I mean, that's fair. There is plenty of glitching that can go on in this game. Like, if you watch a speedrun of this game, there's a lot of glitching going on. Yeah. Why won't you die, nanotech, son? Liaku, hello. Welcome to the stream. All I remember is hating getting the rhino in the first game. Oh, the rhino in this game is a pain in the butt to get. It takes like 3 playthroughs to get the bolts, unless you do the infinite bolts trick, which I'm not even sure is available in the collection. Yeah, it's a pain. I don't think we're going to be getting the rhino in this one. We might get it in one of the other ones, but not in this one. Well, I mean, if this isn't anybody's, I guess I'll just take it. Bye. Oh, he's still alive. Good. You survived the crash.
Interesting. You're quite handy with your wrench.
You bet. I built that ship with it.
Currently, I'm in search of someone who could be of assistance in saving the solar system.
Oh, really?
Do you know where I might find that fellow.
Well, he's on the
A guy in
radio.
spandex?
Other than that, no. Hey, what's with all this save the solar system stuff anyway?
Well,
Hello, citizens of...
Novalis.
My race, the Blog, have a small problem. Our planet has become so polluted, overpopulated, and poisonous that we are no longer able to dwell here. But
That sounds like a personal problem.
Solution. We are constructing a pristine new world using the choicest planetary components available. So, what does this mean to you, you might ask? Using highly sophisticated technology, which you couldn't possibly understand, we will be extracting a large portion of your planet and adding it to our new one.
Oh my god.
This change in mass will cause your planet to spin out of control and drift into the sun, where it will explode into a flaming ball of gas. But, of course, sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, that seems like an excessive abuse of power.
Like it, you can take your wily, sniveling, snot-nosed populations, form a line behind me, and kiss my... We're still on? Well, turn it off, you idiot!
Okay, that could be a problem.
The people on those planets are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the coordinates contained in this infobot, I might be able to gather further information there.
Even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm missing a crucial component of the ship.
Yeah, we kind of need a robotic ignition. Wait a second.
System.
How did you know that?
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
Well, alright then. Oh, we should probably leave now anyway, because those guys are probably going to kill us otherwise. And that's pretty much all you need to know. Chairman Drek's flagship in the Veldon orbit. The premise is pretty, you know, simplistic, but I think that it works, honestly, for a game like this.
Take care of it.
I don't think these pre-rendered cutscenes have subtitles.
That's where I've been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Huh? Oh, right.
Hands on the steering wheel, Ratchet.
By the way, you can stop calling me sir. The name's Ratchet.
I guess I spoiled his name 2 seconds beforehand. He's Ratchet.
My serial number is B54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
Alright, fair enough. I don't know where you got that from. Probably from the noise he made when he hit the side of the ship, but whatever.
So you see, it would be most beneficial if your citizens were not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
Unfortunately, you have no choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man. I don't see what's so funny. Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat. You.
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now!
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Really?
No. It's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any bugs.
Oh, Jesus. Entering the atmosphere of planet Novalis. I wonder what made him laugh about Captain Quark. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it was his first time piloting a ship, but...
Clank? Where are you?
Oh.
Sorry about that. Well, we're not leaving the way we came in.
Perhaps
Nope.
we can procure a ship from one of the inhabitants.
I mean...
If there are any left.
Yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? And so the dynamic duo have joined forces. Ratchet and Clank are now together, and I may need to turn the music down again. Hold on a moment. I've never had this problem before when I've been playing this game, but apparently now, because I'm recording, I have to mess around a little bit. I also need to do something else over here, so hold on one second. Yeah. Because I forgot. I forgot that the delay on my voice needs to be slightly longer than 1 full second. It's a little bit weird. I basically just stopped time like Dio and switched it, so now I'm 50 milliseconds back from where I was just a couple seconds ago. So I feel like Ratchet was a Soviet experiment that escaped and went to some alien planet with one of their secret high-tech spacecraft because he might have been. Really want to know what happened to humans and other life forms. How did everyone become so intelligent, learn to speak English? Well, they have a heat shield on that ship. You have so many questions. I'm not sure if they're going to answer any of them, but I mean, they're a thought. Okay, that message is probably exclusive to the collection. There's an autosave, apparently, in this version of the game, which is just fine. Whatever. And I'm going to do... you know, I may actually disable the help messages because they're... I can just explain the mechanics myself, so I'll just go like this and I'll go like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can look at the help desk messages on the help screen there if we need to. But what you'll notice now is there's a platform there, there's a path up that way, and then there's a path that way. So this planet has 3 different paths to go on. 2 of them, as you can see on our map there, lead to objectives, the question marks. And one of them does not lead to an objective, but probably contains some treasure. So you'll usually find this sort of structure in the planets now. Whoops, I pressed the movie for this place. I'm going to have to get used to circle not being cancel. I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually, until we play Resident Evil 7, when it probably will return to being circle, and then, well, you know.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Well, hello there, sir. So this is the Gadgetron vendor. He has a bunch of stuff available for purchase, including ammo for your current guns, and in this case he has a new weapon for us, the Pyrocitor. But we don't have the money for the Pyrocitor just now, so I guess we'll just head on around and see what we can do without it. We'll buy it eventually, it's just, you know, at this point we're collecting 1 bolt at a time, so it might be a little bit slow go. But by the time we're done here, we'll definitely have it. Anyway, we're gonna go down here. There's a few bolts on the bottom here, but we gotta watch our air. Come back up for air if we can. I'm not really concerned about 1 bolt at a time down there. We'll get enough just from going these other places, so. Let's open this bad boy up. Turn it just like turning an actual bolt with a wrench. I mean, you know, normally when you use a wrench, you don't turn it exactly like that. Are these breakable? I remember some of these being breakable. Probably the ones with the HD textures. Yep. And this is breakable too, but that doesn't, you know, do us any good. So, oh, maybe it did. Hi there. Goodbye. Sometimes those guys move around too, so you gotta be a little careful with your aim, but we're good. I'm not gonna worry about buying bomb glove ammo because we should come across quite a bit of it as we go through the planet here, so. Like enough to refill us from, you know, what we use, at the very least. So let's go down here next. Yeah, you could go collect all these up if you really wanted to. I'm going to choose to collect a few on my way and then just go from there. But I'm not going to go through that tunnel before I go back up for some air. Whoops. There we go. There we go. So air is limited for right now. Eventually that will become a thing of the past, but for right now we got to be a little careful when we're going underwater. I also got to be a little careful because of the stick control on the PS3 controller is a little bit different from the PS4 controller. It doesn't have as much resistance as the PS4 controller's stick does, so it's a little more free-form, free-flowing. And I'm surprised that normally I thought the PS3 controllers were pretty good. It's just, you know, you don't notice these things until you play with a controller that feels slightly better in your hands, I guess. Okay, those are not breakable. So now we could turn this little winch here to get the door open, or we could go over here with the bomb glove and blow up this wall for secret treasure. I don't remember where all the gold bolts are in this game, but I will try to grab a few of them. We need at least, I want to say either 4 or 8 by the end game. We won't need all of them, but it will be a good idea for us to grab a few. I'm planning on using a few of them anyway. On what, you ask? You shall see. Yes, Clank is in fact a robot, although he appears to be still... he appears to still function with cartoon physics of squish and stretch, like him getting stuck underneath Ratchet's body there. So it appears that he still functions on that capacity. So good thing Ratchet knows how to swim, yeah, for sure. He may be waterproof, but yeah, he did just recently survive a crash twice now. He might be fucking invincible. It's sort of a game logic thing, but I think Clank is basically invincible while he's on your back. There are sections of the game where you play as Clank by himself, then he's not invincible. But Yeah, at the time of release, if we had to worry about Clank's health in addition to Ratchet's, I think it might have made things a little more complex. But, oh well. And that little opening that was originally here is now completely open, so we no longer have to worry about that. And, if you saw, we have
Hi there, Fuzzball.
enough bolts now to buy the Pyrocitor, so let's grab it. And I'll keep just the half ammo they give you, that's fine. Yeah! So we got a flamethrower now. It's short range, but it packs a bit of a punch, and we'll try to use it to quite good effect. Now, the... Whoa. Ah, okay, gotcha. I was going to explain the quick select here, but I guess I could do it now. So this menu that we have here with my weapons on it is our quick select menu. You can put up to 8 weapons functionally in here, so you can pick from them on the fly. Does this game have the double tap method to switch? No, it doesn't. That's the next game. Okay. And as you can see, time does not stand still when you're in the quick select menu, so you kind of got to select them before you go running off into an area in order to not hurt yourself, basically. Because if the enemies are already shooting at you and you want to change your weapon, well, that might not end well for you. So... yeah, the wrench works well on the small enemies, but if there's large groups of the small enemies, it might be better to bust out the Pyrocitor. It can deal with crowd control pretty well. Now, think... okay, you can also wall jump in this game, by the way, but I guess I can't wall jump to where I want to go, just from having that box up there. But you may have noticed there was, in fact, a platform up there. I don't think the wall jump tutorial starts in this area, but these walls here are the kind of things you want to look for when you're wall jumping. So if you do one of these, you can just jump from place to place and end up on the top of here, where we get another gold bolt. And I think the map will tell you when you have all of them, if I remember right. Like, I think there's a mission menu on the map. Yeah, view missions. And it's not that one. Maybe it's on the world map then. Maybe you have to, like, go to your ship to find out if you have all the gold bolts. I think there's one more in this area, but I don't think we can get it just now. I think we have to wait a little bit to get it. You typically don't want to get too close to the large enemies of the area, like these guys. Like, these guys are a little bit better to fight with the bomb glove because they have a long-range option, which is not abnormal for enemies in this game, but it's not like those little guys that just have their mouths to bite you with. So, I missed one. I don't think one is going to make a big difference. If you fall there, you have to go back to the very beginning of this area, so it's a little bit of a walk back, but it's not too bad. So. Yeah, the bomb glove is a pretty solid starting weapon. I pretty much use it for quite a while there. I like it better than, even better as a standard weapon for fighting long-range enemies than one of the other weapons that we'll be getting coming up, so. Now this, I don't think goes anywhere. Nope. Okay. Down here, though, you will not fall all the way back to the beginning because there's just some stairs here that'll let you get to the next area. There is water flow here, but it doesn't flow back to the beginning of the level, so that at the very least is nice. Also, I think those spinning blades there probably hurt you if you run into them, so maybe don't do that. That seems like a smart idea to me. And we really don't need to worry too much about our bolt count for a little while now, because once you buy the Pyrocitor, at least once I buy the Pyrocitor, I'm pretty much set for a little bit. There will be a weapon that I'd like to get later. Basically, for each new planet that you go to, you'll find a new weapon available at the shop. It doesn't exactly work that way, but it's pretty standard that way, at least towards the beginning of the game. Eventually it gets less like that later on, but... yeah, we don't need to worry about that too much right now.
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I don't think he has a high enough polygon count to see that, Ratchet.
Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots attacking.
The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this goddamn planet.
So why
What makes you think I'm rich?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't
Ah.
got enough bolts.
Working
Yeah.
people have to wait for Captain
That sounds
Quark to
familiar.
save us.
Well,
Oh,
got
boy.
anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An info.
Oh.
Ratchet, we could use that.
Uh-huh. So we can buy it from this guy for 500 bolts, which should give him enough to maybe get off this planet. I hope so. There you go. Thank you.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
All right then, man. I mean, I guess he is a plumber.
Mayday, mayday. This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably
Oh,
in
hi,
your
Cole.
honor.
Whoa, that was close.
What?
Concentrate.
We've been hit.
Is it on low right now?
I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
Probably like another half an hour and then turn the heat off.
Let's scream.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have ended well for them.
See that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarx.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say, I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Well, once we figure out where Captain Quark is, maybe we'll have a reason to go check there. But that infobot gets us the coordinates to planet Iridia, so we'll check that out in a little while. All right, Conker. See you in a little bit. Go do what you got to do at the stove. Hey, Adam. How's it going? Welcome to the side project stream. How you doing? All right. Well, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. I guess I'll take the shortcut that the plumber took. So yeah, this slide is what you would have ended up on if you had fallen down into any of the pits in the level, just, well, the little section of platforms there, so. But we didn't, so we didn't have to worry about it. And it brings us conveniently right back here. So that's good. Now that we've done those two paths, let's head down to the main section of the level and see what we can find down here. How's the audio balance, by the way, for everybody? Is it, am I okay with the music sound? Like, is the music and the talking too loud, quiet? Is it drowning me out at all? I kind of tried to sound balance this, but it was actually a little tougher than usual to sound balance it, believe it or not. So, how's it sound? Complained about not having money, but couldn't break boxes to get bolts. I mean, if he doesn't have a wrench, maybe not. I don't know though. Probably just an oversight on the part of the plot. I try not to think too deeply about this game's plot. It's more of a Saturday morning cartoon plot. But either way, hello Hoot Hoot Boy. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. And one more. Let's not jump into his what's it called there, though? His bombs. That wouldn't be too good. It is a pretty good story, though, this game's plot, I find. It's got its basic moments to it, but I don't know. I think it has some subtext that I think you can appreciate as an adult who understands more abstract concepts like socioeconomic disparity. So, it's got its charms. And I will freely admit to the fact that I have rose-colored glasses for this game's everything, because I played it as a kid, but, yeah, I still think there's merit to it. I guess we'll find out how much merit as I go along, but I do remember liking both Ratchet & Clank 1 and Ratchet & Clank 2 quite a bit, so... Well, that will push you back, by the way. The current is flowing back that way. I'm sure you can see that from looking at the graphic of the water, but I wonder what this thing is. Well, I'm sure it's not important. Pay no attention. You quite literally don't have to pay attention to those, although they are helpful later in the game, but I can't tell you for what just yet. See, there you go. Sometimes they move these guys, and then you gotta You gotta be careful with your bomb glove usage so you don't accidentally throw it somewhere where they're not anymore, you know? There we go. Doing better now. There's some Ratchet going on. Not saying doing bad. Of course, got a new puppy for Christmas. Named it Odin. Nice. Nice. That's cool, Adam. New puppy's always good. Well, somebody's trying to do something. I don't know if he's trying to make the bridge destroyed or what there, but if he was, he didn't exactly do the best job. Yeah, I'm always down for some Ratchet & Clank myself. So, figured it was about time I started working on this project since I've had a couple of Ratchet & Clank videos, well, yeah, from Going Commando up on my channel for a couple of years now. And I just never bothered playing the series for the channel, excuse me, before that, so now I'm correcting that. Seems sensible to me. So yeah, like big groups like this, probably better to just burn them. Give yourself a little bit of space to work with, you know. I'll take that. And that. Something's still blasting up there. Is there a little, oh no, that's just a platform. That's just a dead end. I was gonna say, is there another one of those little yellow things in the ground over there? But no, there's not, so. Is it an outdoor dog, Adam, or an indoor dog, the puppy? Is Odin an outdoor or indoor dog? We have, our German Shepherd is more of an outdoor dog, but we still bring him in at night, especially in the winter time. Because it's just, it gets gross outside, and I mean, I wouldn't want to be sitting out there in the winter, so we got a spot for him in our downstairs living room. Okay, wonder whose ship that is. Maybe we can beat these guys up and find out. There we go. Oh, that guy.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're
I
not assassins.
think,
Let's see what he's got.
I was gonna say, this has been a bit of a gross misunderstanding, but I guess seeing what he's got wouldn't hurt. Uh-oh.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal.
I was gonna say, that's your cue, Al.
Or just fighting crime. Come to Al's Robo Shack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's Robo Shack, it's Quark-tastic.
Well, I think I found Captain Quark.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means
I mean, yeah.
focus on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What?
Ah.
A ship? What? You're not going to torture me?
Nope.
This planetary chairman and I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
That's convenient.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Yeah, whatever. But we have a ship now, so that's great. And we have infobot for Planet Kirwan, and I don't know what that sound effect is that keeps happening in the background, that sound. But whatever. Let's just collect up on all the goodies that they left behind before we head out, because, yeah, I mean, even if we don't plan on buying new weapons, as you could see back there with the plumber, we will be purchasing infobots and other assorted things from the different NPCs all over the place here. Everybody has a price in this game, you'll find, and the vast majority of the time, it concerns you having bolts to pay them with, so us having a few bolts handy, not a bad idea. Still a good idea to pick them up, even if you're not planning on using them right away. So, because you may run into somebody who you know, requires you to actually have them. But, you know. Game brings back memories. Me too, Adam. For me too. Mostly kept him on the inside, take him outside, tried to get him to use the bathroom, loves being outside, but flea population is currently on the rise, and that both dogs are being infested. Oh, yeah. Gotta be careful of that, that's for sure. Story really moves forward really smoothly. Oh, he's American Bulldog. Okay, nice. I like bulldogs myself. I like all dogs, if I'm being honest with you, but, you know. Yeah, the game story does move forward at a really smooth clip. It never really overstays its welcome in any particular place, I find. So it's got a good flow to the plot. And it's nice and simple, so it's easy to just kind of pick up and play, which was the idea behind this whole thing. So, okay, so we need to go to Iridia to find... actually, hang on, before I do that, can I go like this to... Yep, there you go. So if you go on the actual planet, on the planet select there, you can see how many gold bolts are in each area. As you can see, we found 2 out of 3 here on Novalis, and I'm pretty sure I remember where the other one is. I think it's over by that yellow thing, but we have to go through the flow of the river there, and we can't do that with our current swimming speed, so we'll have to come back for that later. We could go to Iridia to locate Skidman Marks and his agent, but that's not exactly our primary objective yet, so I think it might be better for us to just go straight to Kirwan to visit Al's RoboShack. So let's go do that first. And, you know, we kind of also have to tell Captain Quark about this planet being ravaged by Drex forces, so it's probably a good idea to go do that too. So those little flight systems there that you'll see, like the little, 5 to 10 second animations of Ratchet flying through the galaxy like that, those are the actual loading screens of the game. And I'm actually a big fan of the way that they disguise them as him flying between planets. Like, that's a really nice touch and surprising. It's pretty clever, basically. Like, it's in the Spyro games that they did before this, they kind of didn't really hide the loading screens because it was like Spyro has to fly to each level. But you could still kind of tell, hey, he's in this vacuum, this void in between levels, and he's flying through it in order to get to these places. So you could still tell it was a loading screen, you know what I mean? Here, it's less obvious because you actually have to fly to each planet, and they disguise the loading screens as you flying to each planet. So you're accomplishing 2 things at once, and I really like that. That's really clever. So that would appear to be Al's RoboShack all the way over there that you can see off in the distance. So we'll have to go take care of that. See what the vendors got. They have a new weapon.
Great bargains for you today.
The new weapon is the blaster, so it's 2,500. We do have enough for the blaster, but full disclosure and fairness, I hate the blaster in this game. It's your standard, typical rapid-fire pistol type of a weapon, and it's fairly good. It deals decent damage and has really high ammo. It basically deals like 1 damage with each bullet and has like 200 bullets in it. But the problem that I find with the blaster in this game is that it has this weird like auto tracking function that it does, but it's not really all that great of a tracking function, I find. Sometimes it veers off a little bit, and basically, because you can't aim it properly unless you're standing still, which you basically are never standing still in this game, it really puts me off, so I don't think we're going to be buying that one. We'll make use of other things in order to make our way through. Hey, look, a Captain Quark robot. Maybe it'll be able to tell us where the captain is.
If you're strong enough, fast enough, and clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the 3rd island to complete the course. Good luck.
Oh, okay.
Is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Damn. That's a
Captain.
hell of a fine print.
Issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank,
Yes?
do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And
Yeah.
why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't
Oh,
the
God.
real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Come on, Clank. I just find those little interactions between the two of them to be so great. The character building in this game between the two of them is really good, I find. And they do a really good job of kind of getting this whole, well, they're new friends, and they kind of play off of each other a little bit, but they don't, like, they aren't, like, instantly best buds right from the get-go. They kind of have to mess with each other and throw some shade every now and then. Mostly Ratchet's the one throwing shade, but, It's a good dynamic, and I enjoy it quite a bit. So, found that the Ratchet games dialogue has been good in general, which really adds to the gameplay of blow everything up. Yes, yeah. The sort of, I want to say it's like a sardonic sort of a thing, but I don't know if that's the right SAT word for the dialogue in this game. I would have to look up sardonic in order to tell you whether or not it is. But it's very good, and its sarcastic tone does in fact add to the gameplay of, hey, everything in this whole area needs to be destroyed, and you can use big guns to go do it. So it's good. I like it. Imagine not being able to remember where every gold bolt is could ever be me. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't remember them directly offhand. I may remember them through muscle memory, though, because there has been a situation in the past where I've collected all of the gold bolts in the game. I just don't remember them offhand. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll remember them just from playing, so. And Anti-Peter and Vleeth, hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us on our adventures through Ratchet and Clank. How's everybody doing? I seem to remember there being something over there. Yeah, there's at least those boxes, but I don't know if we can get over there just yet. I don't think we have the jumping power to do that yet. Maybe doing this course first was a bad idea. I usually try to do the side objectives before I do the main objectives on this planet, though that doesn't always hold true, but most of the time I do. Whoop. Come on, come out of your little cage there. There you go. A little bit of an obstacle course they got for you here. Nothing too complicated, though. So, oh, I don't think I want to go yet. I probably could have gone, but you can't, like, Sonic 06 this shit and, like, glitch into the wall or, like, clip up on top of the little sections here. Or maybe you can, but, there you go. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if you look real careful over there where those boxes are, you can see that there is, in fact, a gold bolt over there, but we don't have the ability to get there just yet. We will, but not yet. Meanwhile, we gotta go up here real quick. I jumped the wrong way. There we go. Yes, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Thank everybody for joining us, honestly. I'm glad you're all here. Let's see if I jump the right way this time. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Just grab up all this junk. So yeah, you could probably jump off from like right over here and go, where is it? There? Yeah, that's it right down there. You could jump off and go over there, but I'm fairly confident in saying that we don't have the jumping capacity to get there from here. I think we drop too quickly, if you know what I mean, so we may need a little bit of a smoother drop to get there. So let's go see if we can find that while we're here. But first, we've got to complete the obstacle course. And we're done. Awesome. What do I get?
That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course.
Well, I didn't know I was being watched.
Circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak. Weak! When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast.
Didn't know I was on American Ninja Warrior. Oh my god.
You would drill for the rest of the day. But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark.
Oh, really?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance. Cool.
Really?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
All right.
Nice.
Let's see it.
Not so fast. Today, the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad. Life's not fair.
Remember when games could just get away with saying that? Like, nowadays, they probably couldn't get away with just giving the excuse of why you're being paywalled with, too bad, life's not fair. Unless they have several thousand microtransactions in them, but that's not the point here. We have to buy the swing shot from her, so let's do that.
Sweet.
Thank you.
I bet Captain Quark uses stuff like this all the time.
Well, it is a pretty useful gadget.
Can swing without silly toys like that.
How?
The two of you make me sick.
Actually, I don't think I want the answer to that, lady. But we got a swing shot. Awesome. So the swing shot is our first gadget of the game. It doesn't serve a function in battle, but it does serve a function in getting us around the environment. It's primarily just there for platforming, so But we will use it quite extensively because it is a pretty good gadget, and there are swing shot puzzles all throughout the game that we will make use of, so... Yep. And there's actually one right here, if I recall correctly. Gives you a chance to test it out. So you got these green ones, which you can swing directly into by grappling to it. And then we've got these ones, these yellow ones, which let you kind of swing across. Nothing too complex. But it will come in handy for some puzzles later, so it's good that we grabbed it. There's the little platform over there again, by the way. That's the one that has the gold bolt on it. But unfortunately, we still don't have a method of getting over there. Even with the swing shot, we would need a swing shot target in order to get over there. So let's keep exploring, and maybe we'll find a way to get over there. Does this thing talk anymore? No. Okay. Got it. Let me see here, because we can select, we can customize our quick select as we go here as well. I think I want to stick the swing shot down here. I usually like to store my 5 weapons up in the top here, and then I store my 3 gadgets down here. So there's more than 5 weapons and 3 gadgets, obviously, in the game. Otherwise, this quick select would be not as useful. But yeah, that's usually how I like to stick my weapons and stuff. I may eventually end up doing 6 weapons and 2 gadgets, but that's later down the line. Either way, let's leave it how it is there, and then we'll move on. If we look at the map here, we can see that there's a couple of places we could go. That was the one place, and then up here, there's more stuff to do. There's the Robo Shack is there, roughly, if my map was correct, and then there's whatever that is up there, so we'll have to go see that about that as we go here. I'm trying to see the platform that thing is on up there. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've played the game before, but if you haven't played the game before, don't worry about it. It's nothing particularly difficult. So, alright, so he's got pups and missiles. I'd rather not, sir. Thank you. Oh, hey, the bomb glove doesn't quite kill him in one hit. So in this game, you kind of have to space out your ammo usage. It's not that you can't just run back to all of the, what's it called? Because you can literally just run right back to the vendors each time you kill stuff in this game, but I prefer to not do that. I prefer to just use what I've got and, you know, use the limited ammo and find the ammo boxes as I go. Try not to waste anything, especially not bolts. So, but yeah, it requires a little bit of ammo conservation. Not much, though. It's not like, this isn't Resident Evil or something, you know what I mean? You're not going to be conserving ammo that much down the line. Oh, lag. I must have gotten that one at least. Oop. Hello, pup. Gotcha. That lag was a little bit excessive. It might just be this version of the game, too. Or it might just be the, yeah, it might be the collection, or it might have always been like that. I'm not 100% sure. This game was pretty advanced in terms of its graphics for the time that it came out, so... See, now this guy's going to be trouble because I don't have the blaster, isn't he? I don't think we can quite get up here yet, though. I might be able to, like, shimmy my way up if I use, like, higher altitude. No, doesn't look like it. Alright, well, we'll figure that out later. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to beat this guy without the blaster. I usually don't buy it, but, wow. Thank you, sir. I mean, that works, right? Like, I guess I don't have to beat him. He probably gives a decent chunk of bolts if I do beat him, but we can come back. He's not that big of a deal. I wonder what my dog's barking at. I think I could venture a guess. Let's not miss these. I might have missed some of the environment bolts from not breaking those lamps there, but let's not miss out on these ones. I was going to say, screw your escalator, I'm going down the railing, but you can only half-ass go down the railing, so... Where do you think you're going, son? Oh, that's where. Okay. Let me see if I can do anything about that bomb there. No, not without doing this, it looks like. Hang on. Get to the point where I can... There we go. There it is. Soundtrack of this game, by the way, is also pretty much Insomniac standard at this point, you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very good, but, I mean, if you've played the Spyro games, you would probably have expected that by this point. Yeah, I guess those only give, like, 4 bolts. Not that worth it. Ah, I hit him with that radioactive box there. Nice. I was trying to get the dog while I was at it, too. I was trying to be slick, but I could not quite do so. I was not strong enough to be slick. Well, those gave a little bit more, like 7. Oh, go honk at somebody else.
We saw the infobot. Remember, he knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
Shit.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial.
How long ago was that?
You run on standard XP18 sister boards.
I feel like this conversation took a turn.
Gotcha. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Ooh.
Match. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time.
Flying?
Of course, I'll just need my fee for service.
Of course you will. I mean, it's not too bad. It's only 1,000 bolts, so whatever.
Hey, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait.
Are you sure? Because that sounds like a whole lot of drilling.
Cool now.
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Al. So we've acquired the helipack upgrade, and now things start to get really interesting, because here's where the game opens up. Clank can now fly, and he can fly pretty much while he's on Ratchet's back. So basically, let me grab this real quick, there we go. Excuse me. So basically now, if you jump, double jump, and then hold the button down while you're floating over a big surface, Clank can now float you down gently, which should sound familiar because we can, you know, now use that to get that gold bolt. He can also do long jumps if you press the crouch and jump button at the same time while running. And if you do so while standing still, he will do a high jump, which will allow you to reach platforms you couldn't reach before. So, yeah, game starts to open up a little bit here because now you can do some more platforming than you could just do as Ratchet alone. Makes it quite a bit more interesting, I think. So that will be a pretty much a standing thing that we'll be doing for the remainder of the game. Although if you hit a wall, you still fall because you hit your face on the wall. So that there are some things you can't avoid, basically. But yeah, so like in this particular instance, we couldn't normally get across this gap, but since we have the helipack, we can now float directly over top of it. So, well, I'm glad I didn't get hit by that missile there. That would have been rather rough. Those radioactive boxes, by the way, you may have seen me jump on it and then it started a timer. It's sort of similar to the TNT boxes from Crash Bandicoot, if you've ever played that. Basically, they have a... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I pressed X instead of square. Oh well. Yeah, they have a timer on them if you just jump on them. If you hit them with a weapon or your wrench, though, they will explode. So it's like immediately explode. They don't have a timer at that point. You gotta be a little careful of them, but yeah, we got it. Now that little thing that I just blew up there would have shot out, and it did shoot out more dogs for you to contend with if you left it alone. Thankfully, we took care of it, so. I probably could have gotten the Pyrocenter out there, but yeah, it's fine. We handled it all the same. Oh, he's got some bombs that he's working with on this bridge. Probably the blaster would help here, huh? Because by the time the bomb hits him, he's already running away. But, oh well. Okay, can I go up this thing? I think that might even be a speedrunning trick, actually, now that I think about it. Whoa! Didn't even see that there. I swear I've heard that gun sound effect before. Oops. It sounds very similar to the one from Shadow the Hedgehog, I think, if I'm hearing it correctly. It's just a little bit more muffled because of what he's using. So, there's a gold bolt up there. Can get up there now that we have the helipacks. That's rather nice. Those guys look like Pyrocid fodder, but we'll take care of them in a moment. Let's just go over here first. I think I'd like to grab the nanotech that's here first before I do anything else. Let's go right here. Because this is a train, but it doesn't start moving until you get on the other part of the platform there. Alright, what do we got here? I should probably use that to get on top of this. There we go. Because there's a few bolts up here, might as well take advantage. I think I'm stuck on something, though. Oh well. Piece of the environment, maybe. I deny. Well, either way, we gotta go down there now. So let me grab this, and then we'll just comet strike our way right through a few boxes. Think. Even go inside the environment while we're at it. Lots of bolts. Very good. That will add to our pocketbook quite nicely. I'm just glad that the developers weren't dicks and put some... In most cases, they put the radioactive boxes in clear sight of your view when you first see the thing. So, like, it's not like they have a huge chunk of boxes that's like a 3x3 grid, and right in the middle of it at the bottom is a radioactive box, because that would be kind of a dick move. But it thankfully, I don't think that ever happens, honestly, so... Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog, I know. I had the displeasure of playing that in my youth as well, so... Yeah. Oh, I overshot it. Oh, God. Excuse me, gentlemen and ladies. I will be right with you. There we go. Oh, there's a thing over here. Let's just take care of that, too. There we go. But yeah, like in that situation, they didn't put a radioactive box, like, at the back of the thing where we couldn't see it, you know? Because that would be... you know. Oh, there's another one of those yellow things. Maybe we'll be able to come back for that later. Is it on this side too? Nope. Well, either way, let's get on top of the luggage. Where did I put my luggage? I don't even know what I'm referencing there. I have those moments sometimes where it's like, my brain will think something, and I'm like, where's that even from? Where did I get that? So, but here's a gold bolt, so that's good. There's the one on the obstacle course. I know where there's another one, actually. We passed it up a little earlier, but I'm not sure where the fourth one is. I guess I can figure it out just by process of elimination. Here, hang on, let me look at my map here. Yeah, so there's probably one up there. There's one on the obstacle course that we can get. And, oh no, I know where they all are then. Never mind, whoops. I know where they all are. Well, we'll go get them. Alright, let's get on the train. Looks like there's an infobot at the end of the train, so that'll come in handy once we make it over there. By the way, for people in the audience, if you hear any sound glitches of any kind, like if it sounds like the audio of the game is bugging out or something, just let me know, because it means that my... oh, hey, there's actual, like, motion physics to my bombs while we're here, too. Don't know if I ever noticed that. Yeah, if it sounds like the sound is bugging out in any particular way, or the graphics are bugging out or something like that, just let me know, and I will, I will have to fix it, because it means that the, what's it called? It means that my, my splitter is not doing its job correctly, so. Wow. Get off my cloud. It makes the platforming a little tricky here with all the motion physics. Oop. There we go. Hello, Infobot. Because I have to use a special splitter with the PS3 in order for it to be recorded by the Elgato, so... yeah. It makes things a little tricky to record with the PS3, because the PS3, the thing about it is that the Elgato has to deal with the fact that the PS3 doesn't have... It's this thing called HDCP. I don't exactly know what it stands for, but it means that like you can turn it on and off on the PS4 and the Xbox 360 and that sort of stuff, but the PS3 didn't have that functionality, so you couldn't turn it off. So you have to split it a different way with the Elgato with a different cable so that it can kind of bypass that, and it sometimes is a little finicky. So just let me know if it sounds weird. Anyway, Infobot.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek. Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare the
schedule
to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
Counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointments well.
Oof.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah,
yep.
That's the kind of help he's getting. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
I mean, they didn't exactly seem competent.
Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can
It's not a bad
persuade the
idea.
lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
True.
Now you're talking.
Then we'd have better info for Captain Quark, after all, so... But we have the info now for planet Eudora, so now we can head in that direction. Okay. And if we go down here... we are right back over here. And if you don't know where over here is, well, if we look in this direction... there we go. So we're right back here. Right at the Gadgetron vendor. But before we do anything else, now that we have the helipack... that guy's still staring into my soul over there. But now that we have the helipack, we can actually go down here and take a leap of faith. Because if you look down there, those cars have to be going somewhere. They were flying directly underneath us, after all. So down here is a little bit of an alleyway in between the buildings, and if you go down here to the middle of the alleyway, you can get another gold bolt. Yes, gold bolt. Very nice. So that's two. Third one and fourth one are still on the planet. We'll go get them. We'll go get them. Since I know exactly where they are now, I should be able to grab them pretty easily. Did I get... no, I didn't. I missed a couple of bolts. Let's go grab them. I mean, they're only ones, but, you know, they're useful. I don't remember if... I don't remember what the bolt count goes up to. I know that these bolts here, the regular silver bolts there, are worth 1, and then the nuts are worth 5. I don't know if it goes any further than that, or if it just goes 1 and 5. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I'm not sure if that happens until the second and third games. So, well, we'll find out as we go through the game. Either way, we can get back to our ship this way, but I don't want to go this way just yet. Let's go do the obstacle course halfway again, or actually, before we do that, let's go this way. And go get the other gold bolt that I think is right over here, up there, because we couldn't get up on this platform before, so now we're going to see if we can, now that we have the high jump. So, there we go. Nice and easy. And there might not be a gold bolt over here, actually. This might just be for some extra treasure. So maybe I don't remember where the fourth gold bolt is. I mean, it's fine. We'll go find it later. I think we get like a treasure radar or something later that lets us look for this stuff. Or maybe that's a different game. I don't know. Either way, I don't need all 40 of them. But maybe I'll just go find them at the end of the game. I don't know. We shall see. I do know where the third one is, at least, though. So, yes, there are 40 of them total in the game, yes. And you can use them for certain things later on, but it's not until much, much later in the game, so it's not really something you need to totally concern yourself about at this point if you're playing through with me. We will go back and grab a few, because there will be a convenient point later on in the game where we'll be able to go back and grab a bunch of them, so... because we'll have access to all the gadgets and everything that we'll need to go to several planets and grab all the extra stuff. So, once we have access to those goodies, that's when we'll go get them. I forget when that exact point is in this game in particular, though. It's been a few years since I've played this trilogy, Although I will be playing the quadrilogy in this point because I'll be playing Ratchet Deadlocked at the end of the collection as well. I haven't played Ratchet Deadlocked at all, so that'll be interesting. I've heard some good things about it though, so should be a fun time, I think. I also think you can get a skill point, if I remember right, if you do this course in a certain amount of minutes. I'm not particularly great at that, but like if you speed through it in less than, I think it's like 2 minutes or something like that, or 3. I think you can check though. I think there's a skill points menu somewhere where you can see how long you have to do it. Okay, so now the way that we want to go is right down there, so let's jump here and hover on over. I don't think you can get to that upper floor there, but maybe if you do like a long jump or something, but we just want to float over here anyway, so. What if I like did the comet strike there and then just totally fell off the building after all that? Well, anyway, there's another gold bolt over here, so that's good. We're doing pretty good on our gold bolt count. Like I said, we won't need a lot of them. We'll need like 8, maybe 10. Actually, I think it's like 8 exactly for what I'm planning on buying later on, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. I guess I can sort of give you an idea of what the gold bolts are for there. They have a use primarily in post-game in order to power up the weapons that you have, but there is another use for them, and you don't have to go to the post-game to get that use for them. So I will let you know what that is once we get a little closer, but for now, just know that I'll be collecting as many of them as I remember as we go. We don't need all of them. It'll be probably a similar story in Going Commando, because I remember where a good chunk of those ones are, but we don't need all of those either. I just saw a swing shot target. Maybe I had to do something with that. But, yeah, it's going to be a similar case in Going Commando where we don't need all of them, but I will be getting a few of them for certain things that you can get in that game. To be honest, in Up Your Arsenal, I don't remember where any of the titanium bolts are. I don't know Up Your Arsenal nearly as well as I know the first and second game in the series, though, to be honest. It's not... I don't know, I like the first and second games a lot better than Up Your Arsenal. They're on an entirely different level, I think, than Up Your Arsenal is, but that's just a subjective thing. It's my personal opinion, so... So anyway, let's take a look here. Oh, okay, there's only 3 on this planet. Well, there you go. We got all of them. Awesome. So now we don't got to worry about that. We could go to Eudora to take care of things, but those guys look like idiots anyway, so let's go see if we can rescue Skid McMarx and maybe his agent while we're at it. I don't think you have to go to Iridia for a little while now. Like, I think there's a point eventually where you will have to go here to get a couple of the gadgets that are here, but I don't think it's required for a little bit yet. So I would have to go back and check, honestly. Oh good, a sand planet. At least it's at night, so it's not too hot. Anybody else feel like it's like kind of planet Tatooine when they're here? Maybe that's just me. I guess all this machinery and stuff wasn't exactly present on Tatooine, but you know, again, maybe it could be just me. I remember as a kid trying to get over there, like doing a long jump to try to get over there. And you might actually even be able to do that. Like you might be able to do a little bit of skipping. We could try it. Because you only get 3 pushes in this quicksand and then you die, so obviously it didn't really work out there. But yeah, I remember as a kid trying to get over there like a lot with the long jump and stuff. I think you might be able to get over there from up on that platform up there. We'll have to see. Well, either way, what do we got here? Anything new? Nope. You can have some great bargains, but I don't need any of them because I don't need the blaster at all, so... I might get the blaster later in the game. I don't want to say I don't need it at all. I might get it later in the game, but for now it's not really anything I find necessary. Hey, we found Skid. What's up, man?
It's him, Skid McMarx.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys
What are you doing here? I thought you were in SSX.
We saw you, screaming for help.
Oops.
That was like a war cry. My
Sure.
agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
Uh-huh.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr.
Oh.
Marks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard.
I mean, at the very least, we could pawn it or something.
You just keep that foot elevated.
Somehow. I don't know where you'd keep it elevated at, but you just keep it elevated, Skid. We'll go take care of these guys. Okay, I think the Pyrocitor is pretty decent against the sand sharks here. Despite them living on a desert planet in super hot weather, I think it does pretty good. So there's 57 sand sharks and 7 sand shark spawners that we will have to take care of before Skid can go back to the ship, so... We'll do that. Yeah, Pyrocitor rips a new hole through these guys because, yeah, they only take one hit, and you could deal with them with your wrench if you really wanted to, but there's large groups of them, and they're kind of annoying because they can kind of swarm you a little bit, so I find it's better to use the Pyrocitor. We have plenty of ammo for it, though, so don't even worry about running out. We'll make it without having to worry. You just kind of run it in a circle like this, so... And there you go, even more ammo. We're almost at full again. Oh, there's a gold bolt in there. Wonder how we get it. I don't think we can do anything with that grate there. Let's keep looking. We could go that way, but that way leads a little bit ahead. Let's go here first. Blast a hole through these guys to get to the spawner. The spawner is the main target here because obviously if you don't destroy the spawner, the enemies can keep respawning, so you don't want that. So, oh, there's a little bit. Now I didn't really show it back on Novalis there, but you could kind of see that there's cracks in some of the walls in some of these areas, and the bomb glove is very convenient because it will blow up those cracks in the wall. So, yeah, there you go. That's how I knew about the crack in the wall in Novalis. I mean, in addition to having played this game probably a dozen times in my lifetime, I knew about it just from looking at the wall. So I didn't find the gold bolts that were behind these cracks on my first playthroughs, though, of these games. Like, it took a couple of playthroughs before I was, like, thinking, oh, I could use the bomb glove to blow that wall up. Okay. I didn't think of that at first, but admittedly, when I played this game the first time, I was 12, I think. Wasn't used to the high-tech exploratory missions like that, you know. At the time, I had barely played any video games in my life. We didn't really have too much money back when I was younger, so I couldn't really afford a lot of games. We'll deal with them later. Let's go deal with the spawners first, because the spawners seem to have made a mess for us down there. I'll do that in a sec. Let's get this first. Gotcha. Okay, only 2 spawners left. There's a couple more sand sharks. I think you have to beat these ones up here in order for Skid to go anywhere. Like, even though they're way out of the way, but I'm pretty sure you have to beat them in order for Skid to be like, yeah, I can go now. Basically, you beat them up and that starts the next cutscene, so... Like, once you defeat all of them and all the spawners, so... Okay, I think that's it for this section. Let's go over here now. 2 spawners over here and plenty of sand sharks. Just blast them all away. Yeah, as long as you keep moving forward, the sand sharks shouldn't bother you too much. So. Just don't, I mean, you can spray it in a circle and you should be able to take them out, but just be careful of their teeth. That's the only thing. Their teeth hurt. That's all you need to know.
Here, man, catch.
Oh, nice. It's a pretty fancy hoverboard.
You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
Oh, sweet. We got a hoverboard. Awesome. Again, don't know if we'll ever actually use it, but hey, at the very least we can maybe find a buyer somewhere. No, we will actually find a use for it, but, and Skid kind of hinted at what we'll be using it for. Well, he didn't even hint, he outright said what we'd be using it for, but we won't be able to do that for a little bit of time now, so... before we go, though, let me go grab the rest of the bolts that I missed here. I think there's an ammo box, yeah, over there, that I missed as well. Oh, 2 ammo boxes, cool. Lots of Pyrocitor ammo. Let's see here. There we go. You gotta be a little careful with those radioactive boxes, because they hurt like everything else, basically. You take 1 damage from them if you get blown up by them, but I would prefer to not get blown up by them at all. Yeah, I don't even know if you can get over there from here, honestly. F2, F4 this way. What does that mean, Adam? I don't know what that means. I'm missing some context here, I think, or some definition.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
We got full ammo. We're good. Let's move to the main path then. Although I think the main path splits off in 2 as well. Yeah, see, there's a little thing over there that we can go do, and then the main objective is over there, which is Skid's agent. So we'll go do that as well in just a few minutes. Yeah, the Pyrocitor is really nice for crowd control in this game. I find that in this game in particular, the early game weapons are really solid for like a large swath of the game, actually. It's pretty impressive, actually. I think it's primarily, though, because of the fact that there's an upgrade system to weapons that doesn't exactly exist in this game, that exists in the later games in the series. So that upgrade system will eventually make old weapons, like weapons that you get early in the game, kind of more obsolete than newer stuff. Yeah, in this game, all weapons are at the same basic level, so essentially, by extension, everything ends up being pretty well even in terms of power. There are some standouts that work better than others, and the Pyrocitor and Bomb Glove are 2 of those, but, you know. And despite being flamethrower robots, those guys appear to die just as easily to flamethrowers. I could probably even make them use their own flamethrowers on each other to get them to die, but oh well. Here, though, the Bomb Glove might be a little more useful. Same with the Blaster. If you have the Blaster, it might be more useful here to take care of these guys, but yeah, we're alright. Okay, before I do anything with that, let me go back over here so I can grab the Pyrocitor. Yeah, the lack of a quick switch function, like basically in the later games in the series, there's a quick switch function where if you double tap triangle, you can quickly switch weapons between the last 2 that you've selected, and it's a really nice quality of life feature that I'm already missing. But it won't be long before we'll be able to get it. It's not in this game, but it's in the next game in the series. So, but anyway. Let's follow the breadcrumbs here. As you can see, there's a bit of an obstacle course for us to deal with right here using the swing shot. So it's a good thing we grabbed that before we left planet Kerwan there in Metropolis. Because we were going to need it while we were here anyway, and it lets us 100% this planet on one go. You normally, if you came here beforehand, you wouldn't be able to do that, so. But thankfully I did. Because I remembered this was here, so. That's rather nice. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I think there's also a skill point for doing this obstacle course if you, like... There's a way to do it without ever touching the ground. Like, you know how I'm standing on the ground here, basically. There's a way to do it without ever touching the ground, so... But I would like to get the bolts while we're here, so I will instead be touching the ground. I don't think I need the skill points for much of anything, honestly, in this game, so... I don't think crouching there actually did anything, but eh. Okay. Next. You may also recognize this place from one of the demo reels that was playing a little while ago when I started the game, so it's interesting. Oh, and also you can go into first-person mode by holding L1, and not only can you shoot in first-person mode, which is where the blaster kind of shines, you can also throw your wrench in first-person mode, which lets you kind of aim it a little bit better than you normally are able to when you're just using the crouch method. Because the aim on the crouch method, where you're just crouching and throwing it, is a little finicky. Excuse me. It works in a lot of cases, but it sometimes doesn't work in other cases. Uh-oh. Let me just get the hell out of there before that becomes a problem. There we go. And come back. There we go. Cool. swinging across. All of the areas below me, by the way, are just pits, so you don't want to fall down there. It won't end well for you. You basically can't get out once you fall down there, so you have to essentially start the course over by dying. And I would rather not, to be honest with you. Okay, and that takes care of that obstacle course. I wonder what the robot, by the way, the robot trainer that we saw there, her name is Helga. I wonder what she would have thought of this if we did this. Maybe we improved, maybe we didn't. I don't know. Either way, this time we get something for free. We got the Trespasser, another gadget that we'll be able to use. And conveniently, there is a Trespasser module directly after we do that. Now the only question is, why do you suppose there's a swing shot target directly above my head here? Well, that's because there's a secret platform down here. And if you go across it a little bit, there's another gold bolt. Nice. So now what you can do is you can go down the fan blades here and then use the swing shot to get out of here. So that's what we're gonna do. If I can find it. Oh, I'm under a bridge, that's why. Okay. Gotta be around here somewhere. You know what, I won't wait, we'll go like this. That's under a bridge too. Damn it. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, let's get the Trespasser back out now. I should reorganize my quick select, but I'll do that when we get out of here. And here is our first Trespasser puzzle. So basically what it is you've got a bunch of rings and a bunch of lasers. And you gotta get the lasers to go into the red areas at the sides of this thing. Like where it's blinking red and yellow there, you need to turn them green by shooting a laser at it. This one's not too complex. They get a little more complex as the game goes on, so I will have to put my thinking cap on for a few of those once we get later in the game. They're not too bad, but they can be a little bit tricky, I guess. I'll stick that right there for now. Like, it's nothing like brain melting or anything like that. You can get done with them without too much trouble, but it will require you to think a little bit by the end of the game. That's all you need to know, basically, about them there Trespasser puzzles. Alright, no more puzzles, let's go after these guys again. Well, I'm just trying to get the box behind him too. See what I mean about crouch throwing the wrench? Sometimes it's a little finicky with where it shoots at. So that takes care of that guy. My bolts, no! Oh, they come back. Cool. I'm surprised that hit. I'm surprised he didn't hit one of those boxes, but oh well. More bolts! Nice. We're getting up there in bolts now, so that's pretty good. There will eventually be a point where I'll be using them. Don't worry. It's just, that point is not right now. Right now we're just saving up. Not like I have a bolt bank anywhere that I could just store them, you know what I mean? So we gotta save them up. Welcome back, Conker. We are currently on, let's see, where did you leave at? There was, let me go back. You left just when we were on Novalis there. We finished Novalis and we finished one other planet, Planet Kerwan, but we still haven't found Captain Quark yet, so we're kind of running around on Iridia now, doing some puzzles and trying to rescue Skid McMarks. I don't know if you were here when we got that infobot, but we got an infobot for a famous hoverboard racer who was stranded on this planet. So we're coming to help him, and then we're going to head on out. We're going to move to the next location. You've got to be a little careful here. I don't want to hit myself in a radioactive box, just like that guy just did. I could probably use the pyrocitor just to blow these up. As long as I don't walk into them, I'll be fine. Oop. Almost walked into it there. Cool. We're here for the info bot, but you'll go back and watch the VOD later. Alright, sounds good, Conker. Let's see. Just these sand sharks in here. Nothing too bad. I think there's something in the platform above, but I'm not sure if we can get into it just yet. We might be able to get into it in just a minute here, but... Kind of tap fire the Pyrocitor as well to make it do some stuff, but... Oh no, we can't get into this one. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I don't remember. Anyway, these platforms here, you can shimmy across them in order to get to different sections to make it a little bit easier to get to sections of the platform where you can actually pull yourself up, so... Okay, Conker, see you in a minute. Hopefully, don't got too much more to do there. Alright, now let's see. And I think if you go up here, if I remember right, you can kind of skirt your way across to that middle platform there. Like if you do a hop and a skip right here. So I might go do that, but first I think I'm going to go to where I actually have to go here. So I should probably go here first too. Yeah, get a little more ammo that I don't need. Oh well. But let's go get the objective over here first before we do anything else. Wonder what these are all about. Looks like I can walk up them to an extent, but can't walk up them quite yet. We'll come back for those later.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Well, maybe you should have gotten a better plan.
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
We found Skid, by the way. He's fine.
I haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say,
yikes.
You look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Oh boy. Once Ratchet's got it in his head, it's not going to come out for any time soon. So if we bring him the prize from the hoverboard races, he'll give us a reward. Cool. We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you use this, you can actually drill through the mud to get back to the beginning of the area. So I'm going to use that just to demonstrate, and then I will come back because we can get to that middle section of the platform a little easier, so we can get there. As you can see right there, if you look to my right there, you can kind of see the gold bolt sticking out over on that truck that's over there. So we're gonna go get that. It's not under the truck though. We don't need strength to get it. It's just on the truck. Yeah, whatever's up on that platform there, it looks like it's like some kind of mobile defense platform, like a big gun of some kind, or maybe it's a satellite. Let's see. No, that looks like a gun to me. It's probably the gun that shot their ship down, too. Maybe there's a way to disable it or something? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. It's not that important right now. For right now, let's use our newfound long jumping powers to get over here without getting ourselves killed. I think you can get over here without the long jump, but it's a little bit trickier. I think there's some very precise platforming that needs to be done for that to work. And they got some construction equipment over here, but if you go over this way, here's the gold bolt that we were looking for. Awesome. I forget how many there are on this planet. I think it said there were 4, I want to say. We got 1 by blowing up that wall. We got 1 by dropping down where the trespasser was. We just got this one. Maybe the 4th one is up by that not mobile defense platform, that artillery platform there. Maybe. Maybe we'll see later. I wonder if I can get over there by like jumping on this. Nope. Doesn't let me jump on it. Alright, we'll go the long way then. Let's do this. There we go. Almost slid off there. Be a little careful there, Ratchet. We don't want to go flying into quicksand now. But yeah, eventually the long jump kind of turns into almost like a Like if you're backtracking in a level, it turns into like the roll from the Legend of Zelda games where you just kind of roll your way there because it's fast. Like you spam it basically because it's faster than just walking. I usually don't do that too much though myself, unless I'm like backtracking somewhere. Then it's a little bit more of a fixture in my moveset, but until that point, it's usually not. Okay, that takes care of Iridia. I think we're done with almost everything. There might be one gold bolt that I'm missing somewhere around here, but we can come back for it. It's not a huge deal. I don't even know if we can get it at this point, so let's see. Yeah, 3 of 4, but we have done everything except for bring the prize to the agent. Hell, the prize might even be the gold bolt. I don't recall. Either way, we have one more planet we can go to now on Eudora. So let's go there and confront that robot lieutenant. There's only one on this planet, though, so we will... I think we can find it. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Welcome back, Conker. It's like almost every time you stream, your family members decide now is the best time to have you do a bunch of random tasks. Oh, jeez.
Quite lovely. That should just about do it.
Did Drek get a promotion? I think it had a different name than just Chairman Drek this time.
Our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant! Yes, sir. You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
Oh, jeez. Well, that doesn't seem very neighborly of you. How do you expect to have any kind of, economic growth if you can't trade with any other planets if you're the only planet left over because you destroy everything else? That seems like a bad idea. Anyway, planet Eudora. Let's check out what's here. Got only one objective, but I'm sure we'll find more stuff to do as we go along here. And they're already destroying the trees and stuff around here. Well, that's just great. Have a bomb, sir. I don't like your deforestation. It's not very nice. But yeah, in case I didn't make it clear before, soundtrack of this game, very, very good. Very, very good. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you have not seen it already. It's quite good. I don't think we can get anything this way just yet. Just these guys. Which, don't do too much because they die to a Pyrocitor shot, but... I wonder how we can get over there. I don't think I can long jump over there just yet, because it's a little higher up than where I am yet. Maybe we'll find a way around or something. Get there later. Let's go up here. Let's see what the vendor's got. I think they've got a new weapon now. I don't know if it's one that I want to buy either, though.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Glove of Doom, actually, it's not too bad, so... Oh, it's lagging for you randomly? That's not good either. Let me make sure my frames aren't dropping either. Nope. Yeah, it looks like it's Twitch, unfortunately. That's no good. I'll buy the Glove of Doom. Thank you, sir. Nice. That's not what that's used for, Ratchet, but okay. So what the Glove of Doom will do is you'll toss it down, and it will summon 4 little helpers that will go after any enemy that they see in their immediate vicinity. If they can't find one, they will go looking, and if there are none, they'll just kind of wander around and sniff around and stuff. But they will immediately go for whatever enemies are in their vicinity. It's nice when there's lots of large enemies around, because one explosive from them is usually enough to do a significant chunk of damage to a large enemy. So, it's pretty good. The ammo is a little low on it, though. Like, you start with only 3 of the ammo for it, rather than the normal 5. But it's not that bad. We'll make it work. Use it where I feel I need to. Where there's, like I said, where there's a lot of large enemies around in the same area. Huh, what do you suppose this is all about? Trespasser. So let's see what we can do here. I think this one's a little tougher. Yeah. See, now they start introducing 2 lasers for you, so you gotta be a little more dexterous with where you place things, I think. Although this one doesn't seem to be too hard. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty easy, actually. Let's go Bomb Glove. I don't think I'm gonna need it back here, because I think it's just another swing shot puzzle, if I remember right. Well, not yet, but in a minute. There we go. So obviously, if you didn't get the helipack yet, you wouldn't be able to do that, but I don't think you can even get to this point if you don't have the helipack, so... Unless you're, like, glitching your way through the game somehow. I don't know too many of the glitches in this game myself. I've never really tried speedrunning these games personally, so... But there's your swing shot puzzle, so... Little bit of extra platforming, never a problem. There we go. Whoa, I didn't realize the platform was that far away. Oh boy. Could probably just do a long jump to get here a little easier too, just like that. Because if you pull back on the control stick when you first land on a platform after long jumping, you don't slide. Like if you do a long jump normally and you don't press anything, Ratchet will slide when he is done with it. But if you pull back on the control stick, he won't slide. He'll just start walking in the opposite direction, so it makes it a little easier. Well, that's a bit of a long stretch there. Nice. Oh, more trespasser. Let's see about this one. Okay, so this one adds another gimmick to it, basically. It adds a blocker on the inside of the ring there. Like you can see on the second ring here, there's now a block. So if you you have to place the blocker in a place where it won't interfere with other lasers. So if you do one of these, there we go. That should work out pretty good. I think I see the lieutenant right over there. Let's go confront him with our bomb glove? Sure, bomb glove. Maybe a pyroster might be better, but can't think of a better way to do this than oven roasting him, but I suppose bombs work too. Get him, Clank! Did he just shit out that infobot?
You sure showed him.
Absolutely. Nice work. What's it got? Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have pulled so hard on that thing.
Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Dredd.
Why isn't it BTRS?
Motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester.
Ooh, ow.
Technician. Mutant animal husbandry. Robot repair.
Slightly less. Ooh. Suck cannon test dummy? Give me one of those. What the hell is wrong with that guy's voice?
Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
You're absolutely right.
I am?
Sure. We need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Dredd is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Dredd, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure.
I mean, your logic is... I think it's sort of sound, but I know why you're actually doing that, Ratchet, and it's because you just want to go there to get a look at all the fancy gadgets that you can use to blow things up, but... I mean, that kind of is your character trait in this game, isn't it? Clank is more of the voice of reason, and you're more the voice of, I'm going to blow everything up, so I need all the firepower I can get. He's a bit of a rogue agent in the first game, Ratchet is. There's nothing wrong with it. It plays off of his character well, but yeah. Bit of a rogue agent, I think. Oh, well. Let me see here. So we went there, we confronted the lieutenants. Now it's just a matter of exploring the rest of the planet, right? Yeah, we just got to explore the mills. There is probably some decent hardware available around here, so we'll see what we can find. It's a bit of a long walk, but we'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. Sexual lighting, good to see you around. Yes, I agree with that, Adam. Change the Wi-Fi connection on your PC, so it seems to be okay now. Okay, good. That's good. Hopefully it stays that way for you. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm knocking on wood to make sure I don't jinx it. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. Little guys. Time for Pyrocitor. So yeah, at this point we've pretty much got a gun for each situation in most cases. We got something for smaller enemies, we got something for larger enemies, and we got something for groups of larger enemies. So, and we got a bunch of ammo for it just now, so. It's all good in the hood. And under the hood, for that matter. What's up here? Just little guys. A little guy. Gotcha. Alright, What do you suppose this does? There's another one of those yellow things that we can't do anything about that are in the ground there with the little antennae on them. Oh well. No big deal. Alright, back down here. And let's not get stuck on a tree. Let's see here. Guys. Big guy as well. I've angered the village of Saw people. At least they're not forcing me to play a game. I mean, I am playing a game, but it's not the kind of game that I'm referring to. The game that I'm referring to is a little bit more morbid, I think. Oh, got him already. Okay. I forgot that those guys only take one bomb glove to kill. I'm used to throwing two now because, well, it's sort of just a force of habit because I probably played one of the later games in the series more recently than this one. So, you start to use your weapons multiple times after, like, once a single enemy in the later games in the series start taking more than one hit from a certain weapon to kill, you pretty much have to start using it all the time like that. So you end up having to use, like, if let's say, since on Planet Iridia there were those flamethrower bots and they took 2 bomb gloves to kill. Now, from now on in the game, essentially, most enemies will take 2 shots to kill from the bomb glove in the later games in the series. For this game, that's not true. But later, yeah, it becomes a little bit more of a thing. So, go, my children! Very nice. Those guys are a little annoying. Not the Glove of Doom agents, the little guys there with the blasters. Their blasters are a little bit better than ours, so... Come on, my children, we have places to be and people to see. I think you can spawn up to 8 Glove of Doom people at the same time. So that's a thing, but I don't know. I think they despawn after a certain amount of inactivity time. Either way. Go get them! Well, now I have quite a number of them, and I don't know if they're going to be able to find anything to do. Oh, they found something to do. They can go hunting while I go grab the bolts. Look, it's my children. Don't go jumping off the platforms now. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I think that's what they were doing. They were jumping off like lemmings just now. Crazy guys. Let's see here. Talking with your uncle, so keep popping in and out. That's okay. No problem there, Adam. Just chill and watch the stream. Not your family. Stop asking you to random tasks. Still debating what to spend your Christmas money on. And it is quite a debate, because all the things that he wants to spend his Christmas money on are all good choices, I think. So, is that the way we're supposed to be going? No, that's the way back. Whoops. There we go. I'm still not used to circle not being cancel. Hopefully I'll get used to that, but for right now, it's not a thing. Circle is your weapons, Dumbo. There we go. Go get him, kids. Nice. And that looks like a blaster fella. Let's just let him contend with my children. Did they despawn? Did I, like, go out of the cell? They must have. Well, I can take care of him without them. There we go. See, he's not too bad. I just find it easier to use the Glove of Doom against them when there's a lot of these guys. But, yeah, it's not too big of a deal to just deal with them in other ways. A bit of bolts over here. I'm trying to remember if there's any situation soon where I'll want a lot of bolts. I don't think so. I don't think I want to buy weapons for a little while now. There's going to be some weapons that we can acquire in other ways besides just buying them, but I don't think I want to buy any or anytime soon, really. Just get up here like this. Yep, there we go. myself a little dizzy doing that. Oh boy. You know, you guys don't have to keep giving me bomb glove ammo when I'm clearly running out a lot more of Glove of Doom ammo. I mean, I've got 2 of those and I'm full on bomb gloves, so... I guess we'll just keep using the bomb glove since I got it. Well, not now, because there's multiple large enemies, so I'm going to stick to my normal plan of Agents of Doom for that. See? Easy peasy. So yeah, the agents are a pretty solid addition to your arsenal in this game. They make things a little bit easier, anyway. Whoops. I was going to check chat, and I figured I was turning it, but I think I turned it too quickly. Oh, that is rather convenient now, isn't it? Oh, big guy. Even bigger guy, rather. Huge guy. No, I don't think I'm coming anywhere near you, sir. Sorry. I'm sure you would rather I do so, because it would make it a lot easier for you to murder me, but yeah, no. Don't think so. Okay. Let's see here. Another huge guy, and then this little guy. I guess I didn't have to kill him with the pyrocitor, but... oh well. What do we got here? There's 2 boxes. Okay. Easy enough. And huge guy. I'm coming, but not in the way that you would like me to. Sounds vulgar. Alright, let's see here. Iceborne, Hollow Knight, Switch Gamer 2, Extended Storage, PS4. In regards to extended storage, how many games you consistently play at once? Say about 4 or 5 games consistently on PS4. For me personally, in terms of extended storage for the PS4, I don't really mind myself deleting old game files on my PS4, so I typically don't... It depends on if you are planning on keeping those old files, really. That would be my major thing to think about, is if you're going to keep those old files and still play 4 to 5 games, then the extension would be a good idea. Ouch. But, yeah, if you're not planning on keeping those files, then I would say it would probably be better to go for one of the other 2 options, personally. That's what I would think. Well, we took a little damage here and there, but that's okay. We'll be able to get it back. I forget if you get your nanotech back completely when you go to a new planet. I don't think so, but I suppose we'll find out. Oh, dear God. Oops. How about this? How about... do that. Now, go, my children! Well, they took care of most of them. They got a little overzealous on the explosions after the first guy, but that's okay. And there's a little nanotech to help me out. Cool. What is this I spy over here? Ah, very nice. So we get a weapon for free out of this whole deal. The Suck Cannon. Actually one of my favorite guns in the series, to be honest with you. It's quite good, because the thing about the Suck Cannon that's quite nice... Let me stick it in a different spot on my quick select. Probably here? Yeah, that seems like a good spot for it. So the thing about the Suck Cannon is it requires no ammo, so you don't have to go back to ammo vendors to use it. And it sucks. It quite literally sucks. It sucks up small enemies that you can fight in the level. So like in this particular case, those little guys, the saw blade guys that were out there, it will suck them up into the Suck Cannon, up to 5 at once, and you can then use them as ammunition to shoot at other enemies. So it's pretty nice. It's quite nice for like trying to keep your ammo counts. See, there you go. There's the guy there. Now, if I stop using the suck function of the Suck Cannon, I can no longer suck enemies up at this point. I have to shoot out my ammo currently. So that's really the only drawback, is in order for you to be able to use it effectively, you need a large group of small enemies to fill up the suck cannon, and then you can shoot them at other things in order to use them as ammo that way. But the shots are pretty powerful. It's probably about as strong as a single bomb glove shooting enemies with it. So it's a pretty powerful little weapon. And I would say it's fairly nice. It's fairly nice to have. I will probably be making use of it for pretty much the rest of the game when we're fighting small enemies. So it's pretty good. I like it. I think... Let me look at my map. We missed the gold bolt here, even though we've gone everywhere. But that's not a huge deal. I can always come back later and find it. So... Alright, but we have some coordinates to go to Drek's space station, so let's go there. Thinking what I was. PS4 is only half full because you manage the space of the games you don't play. Yeah, that's what I also do for my games, so it's if you're okay with doing that, then I would say the extended storage you probably wouldn't need as much. So I would say that would narrow your decisions down if that's what you want to do. So Iceborne and Hollow Knight sound fun. What about your Switch games? Heard mainly good things about Hollow Knight, so you're really tempted to get it. I have Hollow Knight myself, but as I said before, I have yet to play it. So one of these days, it will happen on the stream here in line, but I have yet to play it myself. So, and admittedly, Conquer, you did just receive if I recall correctly, you said you received a Switch game. You received Pokemon Sword for Christmas. So I guess it just depends on if you want to play the Switch for an extended period of time or if you want something else that you could play while you're in the process of playing that Switch game. I don't know if you play games one at a time or multiple at once, but yeah, I would say it really just fundamentally comes down to, hey, do you want to be playing multiple Switch games at once or what? So, and that would be the decision that you would be having to make, I think. Now, the only problem with the suck cannon in this game, and it's you know, to be expected, it does not suck up inanimate objects, so like boxes and other pieces of the equipment and stuff. It does not suck them up. Now, at a later point in the series, when you get the suck cannon back, it does suck up inanimate objects like boxes and ammo boxes, not ammo vendors, but ammo boxes. It will suck up. And that's actually a lot nicer because you can use the ammo a lot more frequently, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's see what they got here this time.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
They got a Taunter. Now the Taunter it doesn't deal direct damage, but it does allow you to lure enemies to wherever the taunt was made from. It has its uses, and in this particular level it has some use itself. I don't think we're gonna buy it though, because I personally use it practically just for this level, and that's about it. So it doesn't really work too well for me, to be honest. I can't say I'm a big fan. Which way do I want to go here? There's quite a number of different directions we can go in here. There's like 3 separate areas we can go to. There's a spot over by the ship there that we can go to that it takes us over to that little ship. There's the main path of the level, and then there's this trespasser platform, which lets us go to a little side area. I think I want to go to the ship first. Then we'll go in the main section of the level, which leads us directly back to that door. So we'll just go kind of in a big circle. Castlevania-y goodness. Yes, exactly. Switch games are kind of iffy since the Switch you own is shared between your sister and yourself, alternating on a weekly basis as you agreed on. Play multiple games, single system, depending on your level of investment or attention and the mechanics of games you're playing at the time. Gotcha. Well, if it was me, considering the fact that you're sharing the Switch with... I empathize with your situation with the Switch because I share the Switch with my brother as well. He's the one that purchased it, but he lets me play it occasionally. Cole purchased it, but he lets me play it occasionally. I empathize with the situation, and I would say in that particular case, if the PS4 or your PC rather, actually it's your PC, which would be where you... What the hell? Wonder why that box exploded without any input. Yeah, so if your PC is a little bit more readily available to you, I would say that might be the more practical investment, I guess. It's really up to you though. Like it's not. That would I would probably pick Monster Hunter and what's it called? Hollow Knight if I was you, but I don't want to tell you what to do. So I would say get what you think is best. Alright, now if I remember right, there is a section right here Yeah, lots of little enemies to fill up the suck cannon with, so... And that helps because if you go through here, there's more enemies to kill, so we'll go do that in a minute. Let me just go this way first, because I think there's more, more enemies to fill up the suck cannon with. Awesome. Alright, so... Okay, I don't have to jump over those. Got it. Oh, thank you. You gotta aim this a little bit finicky, though, because, like, I think the environment kind of affects where it hits enemies with. Now, it's still good, even without the targeting being all that great, but I think they fixed that in the next game that you get it in, though, if I remember right. So, like, the terrain is going to kind of affect where the shot goes, but there you go. See? Not too bad. Gotcha. Very nice. So yeah, I like the suck cannon when there's a combination of large and small enemies in the same area. It deals quite good damage in that particular instance because the small enemies can then be used as projectiles, and again, they deal a lot of damage. They deal probably as much as one single bomb glove. Maybe even more, actually. It might be a little bit higher than that. Not 100% sure on that, though. Now, these guys down here, you can't really deal with them with the traditional method, so let's have my children handle them. As you can see, they take 2 Agents of Doom. That's what the Glove of Doom little guys are called, is the Agents of Doom. And they deal significant amounts of damage, but this is not going to work for me. Nope, not exactly. I mean, it did kill the guy at the very least, but didn't exactly work how I was hoping. Well, where the hell is that bomb going? I don't think he can get over here. Oh, yes, he can. Never mind. I'll just get out of your way, then. There we go. Yeah, those guys are sketchy to fight. They follow you pretty handily. I think you could probably use the Pyrocitor to decent effect against them, but they can be problematic to fight if you have anything else equipped. So, speaking of Pyrocitor, I think I'm going to use it. Press the big red shiny button? I mean, when you ask nicely like that, I have to. Oh boy.
Thank you.
Well, I may have fucked up a little. Oh, there's an infobot at the end.
Vessel annihilation sequence initiated. Please remove all personal belongings.
There are a lot of enemies on the way out of here, and we have 45 seconds to get going, so we need to move. Get out of my way. Ow. Get out of my way.
Seriously, I'm not kidding. This whole place is about to explode.
Yes, I know you're not kidding.
Really?
Oh god. Get me out of here! Did we get the infobot? I didn't see me grab it, but hopefully it was in the ship with me. Yes, press the big button. Long jump spam. Exactly. We're good. We made it. I can't say the same about the ship, though. I hope they have good insurance on that thing. I mean, admittedly, it is Drek's fleet, so do I care if they have good insurance on it? I don't know. Either way. What's this infobot got to say?
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned that Captain Quark will be presenting the grand prize at the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related
Well, that's not good.
this planet has
The guy in the background, not the hoverboard thing.
strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances.
Oh god.
Channel 2 News.
Darla, watch out!
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine, I think.
You think?
Hoverboard races.
So yeah, the hoverboard races are now on planet Rilgar. So everything that you've done in the last few planets sort of comes together pretty nicely here. It basically says, hey, you know how you went to planet Iridia and got the hoverboard? You're looking for Captain Quark. You found an infobot for a new planet on Drek's space station, so now you might have an idea of where he is once we're done with the rest of this place. So it all kind of comes together kind of nicely, and a nice little package for us there. So it's good. It's good. I like it. It's good design, I think. Get back here. Hey, talking to you. Oh God. Alright, there's enough room for everybody, so just back yourselves off real quick. Gotta be a little careful till I find a nanotech box here. Gotcha. You didn't think you were gonna get away with that now, did you, sir? Come on now. What do you take me for? Now, I think you can get this guy to go to his death if you have the taunter, because you can use it here and force him to run towards you, which will run him into the fence, obviously, but I don't think you can... I mean, I can't do that because I don't have the taunter, but, you know. It's probably fine. Yeah, see, only one bomb glove there, and he's taken care of, so... She's more casual than you are, so if anything, you'd get one Switch game specifically for her and one for you. Ah, okay. Overall time played, go for Monster Hunter and Hollow Knight, reasonable conclusion. Yeah, like I said, Conquer, though, that's just what I would do in this situation. If you decide to do something else, that is totally up to you, my friend. Whatever you think is best, given the situation. You know your situation better than I do, so there we go. Now we're perked up again. Oh, Trespasser. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this thing. See if it's a complex one. I mean, kind of. Okay, so that's probably got to go there. This is just blocks, so as long as it's not blocking anything in particular. There we go. Hey, nice. Big room full of treasure. Oh God. Didn't expect that. I was gonna say, I should probably just use the Pyrocitor. I mean, there's enough stuff that'll let me get all my Pyrocitor ammo back anyway, so. So much for having my nanotech back. Oh well. It's fine, I'm a survivor. Until I run into this gas that's out here. Because that might cause us a little bit of undue duress. Yep, there we go. I did not stop where I was supposed to stop, so yeah. Oh well. It's fine, we're fine. We'll just make our way back. I forget if all the enemies respawn if you die. So we're gonna find out, aren't we? Did I get them? I did get them. Cool. I think some of them respawn, but not all of them, and they don't drop as many bolts as they did because you've already technically killed them, so I think they drop less. Again, if I remember correctly, though. I could be just misremembering. I think the breakables are the same way as well. Like, I don't think they give as many as they did. Oops. I ain't playing so well now, am I? Just get rid of those guys. Hope you're not superstitious, ladies and gentlemen. Because that would have been a superstitious moment right there. Had a little bit of writing on the wall there, don't you see? I don't think we can go down there. That may look like a platform, but I'm pretty sure it is not. There we go. Little fancy footwork's all it took. And Pyrocitor ammo while we're at it, too. Nice. Now I gotta go back, though. Great. Makes me wish I could turn these damn things off. Oh well. What can you do? Ow. I pushed forward too quickly. It's okay though. Plenty of nanotech up here. Wish I would have made it here before I went gallivanting down there, but oh well. Not a big deal. Alright, swing shot a go-go. Hello, sir. Thank you for waiting for me to get my bomb glove out. I appreciate that. I think those ones that I just saw there that were... They kind of blew up with that green liquid on the inside. Those ones had those frogs in them, so... Can't really trust them. So, now this one's gonna be a problem, isn't it? Now, these metal boxes here also cannot be broken unless you use bomb glove, I think, or the radioactive boxes. If there's a radioactive box on them, you can break it by just breaking that. But if there is not a radioactive box, you have to break the metal ones with the bomb glove. So, yeah, the bomb glove has fairly substantial use through the entire game. Actually, it's pretty damn good. I think this one just... Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah, the reason why those guys are sketchy is because when they die, they snap at you, or when they get damaged, rather, they snap at you. So, you gotta be a little careful with a snap, basically. Just like in the Marvel Universe. Ho-ho. Come here, you. But yeah, suck cannon, really nice option. I like it quite a bit myself. I don't think it's as good in this game though as in a later game when you get it. Like later on in the series, we will get it back, and it's substantially upgraded there. We'll just say that much. I should have kept it. I could have gone up here. Be a little careful there. Don't want to get blasted as soon as I get up there. Alright, what do we got in here? More Froggos? Got it. Now that I can handle. Excuse me, Mr. Froggo, I have other things to kill besides you. There we go. Alright, come here. So you gotta be a little careful with the aim, but other than that, it's a good weapon. It's a good weapon, I like it. It's a Gadgetron vendor there. I don't think we particularly need it, so. And let me just get this real quick. There we go. That should open that door, yep. But, as you can see, there's a section up top here that we can go to. So let's go see what they've got up here. Probably just a few bolts. Not a big deal. Anything in there? Nope. What about on the other side? Aha! I see a gold bolt. And also quite a lot of Froggos. Take care of them first. Anybody else want some? No? Cool. Oh, there's another one of those yellow things with the antenna. Still don't have a good use for that, but we'll figure that out later. Not a big deal for now. I think Cole's cooking breakfast upstairs. I can hear things sizzling in the background. Okay, so next place we gotta go to. Let me see here. Yeah, nothing new. Thank you, sir, but no thank you. I'm good. And we don't have anything for these guys. Agents of Doom would work pretty well, or the Glove of Doom, rather, would work pretty well against these things, but eh. This is working fine, too. See? Nice and easy. So yeah, here's the section where the Taunter can do a little bit of work for you, because otherwise there's quite a lot of those guys that you'll have to deal with. Now, if you use the Taunter, you can make these big dumb animals here run into the electric fence, and they will get hurt. So it has its use. It's just that mechanic doesn't really come up too many times in the game. So now there is another use for the Taunter that you could get into when you get a weapon later in the game, but we don't have access to that weapon right now, so it's not as useful as it could be. And I mean, we can handle the animals just by doing that, the little double tap with the bomb glove. Granted, we're using a good chunk of ammo to do it, but it's not a big deal. A couple agents over there, see if they can do anything about the big guys when I do this. There we go. They might be able to even jump that gap. Yep. Look at that! Go, my children! Join me on the other side. Okay. I don't know if they joined me. Alright, you guys stay over there then, that's fine. I think we will need the Glove of Doom here in a minute, though. First, I think I might use the... No, I think the Glove of Doom might be a little better for what's about to happen in here, so... Because now we've got the Big Mama to deal with, and she is not happy. I'll tell you that much. The Agents of Doom, though, do some pretty decent damage to her, so we'll just kind of let them do their thing. Once she hits each bar of health, she'll summon some ads to fight, so... Just hold down a trigger! Pretend you're Trogdor the Burninator. That's an old-ass reference that I'm not even sure anybody's going to get. Now, again, the lack of pause when you quick-select in this game might cause a little bit of undue duress at times, but it's not a big deal. Just once she pauses to bite you, you just kind of run away, and then you can do other things to her like that. Maybe I'll be able to kill her with the wrench at some point here. Gotcha. Alright, we're still doing good. We're still doing good. There's plenty of ammo if you need it, but I don't think I need it particularly. I mean, I will in a minute because the agents are going to need to get a refill, but... There we go. Gotcha. See? Not too bad. I remember her being harder for some reason when I was a kid. Maybe I didn't use the Agents of Doom when I was a kid. I don't know. Oh well. Now, it might not fully refill us on the Glove of Doom there, though. Because it might just refill our other weapons, so we may have to actually purchase some ammo for once in our lives here. But that's okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of ammo. Yeah, we've only got one, so... Come on, let's go see what's beyond this door, then. They do follow you for a fair distance before they go away, as well, so... Oop. Get over here.
Thought I was a goner this time. Some nano-wit in genetics must have left the cages open again.
Oh, jeez.
Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
I mean, I did just save your life.
Gadget engineer. I create revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek. For instance, Viola. My soon-to-be patented grind boots.
Did you say voila incorrectly on purpose there, or what?
How about I sell you these at cost?
At cost?
You just saved your scrawny butt.
All right. I'll give you the employee discount too.
You can't just give them to us for free now, can you? Well, anyway, we need to buy the grind boots for 2,000 bolts. Let's grab them.
I'm gonna get out of here while I still can.
It seems like a fair idea. So now we have some leg gear, the grind boots. Leg gear is another type of gadget, essentially, in this game, and there's a couple of them that you can equip. We don't currently have it equipped. Now, if you didn't have the money for the grind boots, this would be open, and it would be a pod to take you back to your ship. But since you have the grind boots now, you don't need it, because you can just go straight down the introductory grind boot course directly over here. So let's go equip that gear. So yeah, as you can see, there's the regular gadgets, there's 6 of them. There's 3 different types of backpacks. There's 3 different head items and 2 different foot items that you can equip in the game. So in this particular case, we want the grind boots equipped, and I'll probably keep them equipped for a little while because, I mean, it doesn't hurt you to just have this stuff equipped when you're not doing stuff, so. Okay, Adam, take it easy. We'll see you next time then. So let's go on the little grind boot course. I don't know how we're grinding uphill. I would imagine there's some sort of electromagnetism thing going on here, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm jumping for like 1 bolt either, but whatever. Okay, that takes care of that. And it lands you directly on top of the pad to the direction that we haven't gone to yet. So let's go do something about that. Let's hit up this trespasser. Oh, this one looks a little complex. Let me see here. So there's 2 there. So we need that. And then that. And then that. Okay. See, not that complex. It looked complex, but it actually wasn't, so. Alright, what we got here? Ah, okay, so this is the first Clank level that you can go do. So we can't go out into space because it's outside the station where there's no oxygen, but Clank can because he doesn't require it. So, off he goes. So now Clank will have HP, as you can see from there, unlike normally where he's fucking invincible! But, yeah. So now he actually has to fight. He doesn't have a lot of his... Like, he doesn't have the fancy gadgets that Ratchet does. He does have the helipack for himself, though, while he's out here. And if you need to fight enemies, he doesn't have a circle button attack, but he can punch. So, we'll have to make do with just his kung fu skills, I guess. No big deal. I don't think there's any, like, large enemies. I do see a gold bolt over there, though, so we'll have to go grab that. I don't think there's any large enemies, though, that threaten Clank at this point in the game. I think it's mostly just these little guys, the ones that take 1 hit to kill, so. Now, I always try to remember to not break this box so I can go up here. I don't remember, I think it's just these bolt boxes up here, but if you forget to do that and you break the box before you can get up here, I don't think you can grab this ledge. I guess we can try it now. We might be able to. Yeah, see, Clank's jump isn't quite high enough to grab that ledge, so then you'd have to wait until later. When you can explore outside of the space station with Ratchet, but you can't do that right now, so. It's the same thing for these boxes. You can't break these right now because we don't have the firepower for it. But later on, we will have the firepower for it, so. Let's see here. Now, Clank can shimmy across boxes a little bit, but he's rather slow with it. He's not nearly as quick about it as Ratchet is, so you gotta. I think there is a particular section where you have to do that, but try to avoid it if you can. It's really not that big of a deal. And his bolt grabbing capacity is abysmal, to say the least. Oh, okay, we can get over there like this. I think we can get over there without having to float, but just want to make sure I don't go flipping off the ledge here. Okay, good. Guess we got everything up here. It's kind of nice to be able to see some of the planets around the space station, though. Like, I think that's Eudora right there. There's a couple of others. That one's just an asteroid over there. We might have already gone to that one. That might be Iridia. So you can kind of even just see a few of the planets that are off in the distance here, and that's a nice touch. I like that. A little bit of attention to detail, you know. I'll have to pay attention to see if the next planets that we go to are the same colors as the other ones that are off in the distance. I don't think you can see Novalis from here, though. But it is. It's a good touch, I think. It's a good little attention to detail thing. It's the little things sometimes. I might be able to go get that gold bolt with Clank, but I think you might. I think it's like takes a really tricky jump. There's a better time to come back and get it, so don't worry about it for now. So here's the section where you have to kind of shimmy across with Clank. A little slow, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, see, that's not going to do it. Maybe if Ratchet was able to get out here, he could long jump from here, but as just Clank, not going to work. Excuse me. Ah, there's a big guy. Okay. So we could try to deal with the big guy with just our Kung Fu. Just trust me when I tell you it won't end well for you. Or we could follow the breadcrumbs over here. Find something that might actually help a little bit with our little problem over there. So these little guys are Gadgetbots. They will follow you around and they will do your bidding. Because instead of the regular weapon quick select, Clank has command quick select that he can use. So you can make the Gadgetbots wait follow you, which is their standard order is follow. So they'll always follow you unless you tell them to wait, enter something, or attack. So we will force them to attack in just a moment, and, well, they might die, but it will allow us to not take damage here. Never mind. Took care of that pretty handily. Okay, well, a couple of them died. Let's just use our kung fu. Because they killed my children! Let's see. Okay. We've only got the one left. But if you go back to their spawn points... Now, that door over there needs 4 of them to work. But if you go back to their spawn points after they die, they'll be waiting there for you again. So then you can just tell them to follow you, and you can bring them with you again. It's sort of like a Pikmin style thing, honestly. I think this game came out before Pikmin came out, though. So really, I don't want to say Pikmin copied Ratchet and Clank. Seems kind of silly, but that's the metaphor that I have, even though Pikmin probably came out after Ratchet and Clank did. So yeah, the enter command, you'll see these gates occasionally, and if you use the enter command, they will enter inside. Now it says 4, so we need 4 of the Gadgetbots to open the door. Pretty simple, nothing too difficult. It gets a little more complex later with Clank, but it's nothing. The basics that we have here are essentially everything you need to know about his sections. And we got whatever that was. So I guess we'll bring that back to Ratchet. Maybe the game will tell me what it is if I do this. Yep, the Hydro Displacer. Cool. It's another gadget, and it has a pretty fair use, like, almost immediately here, but we'll get to that. So yeah, there's the space station and all of its 2002 graphics glory. I mean, admittedly, it is up to date because they updated the modeling and the textures and everything for this, because this is the collection. You will see a little bit of graphical jank here and there, though, because they updated the graphics to HD. Like, there are certain seams on the original character models where they were never meant to really be highly textured. So you'll see, like, in certain cases, people's eyeballs look like they're popping out of their eye sockets and stuff like that. In certain cases, like, they'll... the fact that it's in widescreen 16:9 now, you'll see things on the sides of the screen that you were never meant to see. Like if you're looking at the screen right now on the stream, you may see a suck cannon gauge on the side of the screen there, when in reality it's never meant to be seen there because the game was originally in 4.3. You couldn't see that normally, but it's there now. So yeah, that's not supposed to be there. That's the point. So there's a few little graphical jank things here and there in these games, but it really, to be honest, it doesn't detract from it for me.
I found this.
Hey, cool. It's what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Yes, Clank Fu. Yeah, I guess that's a better way of putting it, yeah.
One of those, I guess.
Sure. Okay, well, we got the hydro displacer, and now Ratchet can use it, so that's good. So yeah, see, it tries to put it away, but it can't. It's not far enough off the screen. Now, that may also be because I'm using this on a TV that's capable of going to 4K. I don't think this game is in 4K. It's in 1080p, as it is on my stream. Well, it's in 720p 60 FPS with my stream's bitrate, but yeah, I can put it onto the TV in 1080p, but that may be causing the little bits of artifacts and stuff. So if you see anything that seems out of the ordinary, that's why. I think we'll just buy to the maximum for both this and this. There we go. It's not that much for those, to get the ammo for those, but that's okay. Alright, I think we're done here. There's a couple of the gold bolts that I don't know if we got any gold bolts while we were here, actually. I think there's like 2. We'll come back for them later. No big deal. Let me just double check before we go anywhere. Oh, I got one of them. Okay. Yeah, so the one that we didn't get was the one that was out in the Clank section, but we'll get that later. No big deal. But for now, there's only one more place for us to go, and that would be Blackwater City on planet Relgar, so we can take care of things with the hoverboard races and try to locate Captain Quark. But while we load into the next area, I'm going to say that we'll be doing all of that and hopefully ratting out Chairman Drek's location. Did we get Chairman Drek's location now that I think about it? I don't think that scientist told us where he is. Well, at the very least, we can tell him that he has an orbital lab out there, so maybe Captain Quark can go investigate and stuff like that. And once he investigates, he'll hopefully be able to find where Drek's location is. My dog is barking in the background. I apologize for that. And yeah, so once we locate Captain Quark and finish out the hoverboard races, we should be good to go. Then Ratchet can go back to doing whatever the hell he wants at that point. But we'll take care of all of that on the next episode of Ratchet & Clank, the Stream Edition. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'm going to save it right now in case the soft save wasn't a thing, and I'm going to go see what Jaeger's barking at in a minute, but I'll do that on my own time. In the meantime, though, my PS3 is not on away from daylight savings time. I must have forgotten to do that. I'll figure it out. Either way, I'll see all of you guys on the next one, which will be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good night. Of course, now he stops barking.